And speaking of cumulative donations, did you know that those donations, both individually and cumulatively, get you entered in to win some awesome prizes? If you end up getting it from the drawing, you've got the life-size Ivysaur plush for $250 cumulative, the Fire Emblem Edelgard, it is morning, Edelgard axe, also $250 cumulative, and the Heroic Replicas Goat Simulator Trophy and Replica Bundle, also for $250 as well. And we've got the scrolling marquee here of awesome little trinkets that you can get for individual donations. $10 minimum donation for the plush Mauschly, as well as the Super Mario Odyssey Cap Kingdom tote bag. Lots of really awesome stuff. If you're not sure, if you'd like to check out all of the different things that you could win, get entered into a possibility to win, just go onto Games Done Quick and check out those prizes. Earlier, we got a $250 donation from Work Metaphor saying, borders? Where we're going, we don't need no borders. That's right, we are indeed raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Thank you so much for that generous donation. And I want to give personal thanks and shout outs to folks who are inside the donation community as well. We got a $22.22 donation from Crawl Lion saying, hello, JD. Greetings from a German devil wolf, winky face. Thank you so much for the donation there. And another fun personal donation, $50 from Biff the Moose saying, this one's for you, JD. Nerds. And folks, Don't be shy about the clapping. I think I know what just happened. Audience chat, do you know what just happened? We just raised $500,000 for Doctors Without Borders. Folks, it's because of all of you and your generous donations that we have hit that 500,000 mark here, sitting here on Wednesday. And we've got still a ton of marathon to go. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for having the pleasure of shouting out that milestone. Thank you all so much for those generous donations. Celebrating such, we have $50 from Grumpy Tiger saying, 500K, let's go! All right, and with that, let's go and turn it over to Yelsraek and chessjerk, who will be playing their any percent co-op run of Gauntlet. Take it away.
Hi, my name is yelsraek, and I have lost my marbles.
Hi, I'm chessjerk, and you gotta have heart.
And I'm Bokanon, and I live. Now, the game that you all are about to see is brutally hard to try to beat casually, but it has always been true that the speedrun is the best possible strategy to beat this as easily and reliably as possible, so that's why we're here. But the thing that's been holding the speedrun back all this time has been the tremendous amount of RNG in this game. But that's why we're here in 2023. We have just figured out how to manipulate the RNG in Gauntlet, meaning that this game has never been easier and there has never been a better time to get new people into this game. The gameplay you're about to see is extremely fast-paced and intense, so to make sure that you know what you're looking for, chessjerk here, he will be playing the brown elf. He is doing a lot of heavy lifting, taking an active role against the enemies. Yelsraek's job is no easier. He is the green elf. He needs to be getting into the right place at the right time, playing a game of coordination, and performing most of the RNG manips you're about to see.
All right. Just in case anyone's curious, I have brown hair, therefore I am the brown elf.
And I have green combs in my hair, therefore I am the green elf.
There you go. Couldn't be easier. And hey, everybody, you know something else? It's this guy's birthday. Can I get a happy birthday, Yells?
Happy birthday, Yells.
Thanks, everybody. I really do appreciate it. It's my 42nd birthday today. 42 is a super important number. It's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. So if anybody wants to chuck in any $42 donations and give me your best or your favorite Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy quotes, that would be super cool. Also, I mean, that'll help with donation incentives that we've got coming up. So.
That's right. As I understand, we have 2 of them. Hey, I wonder how we're doing on that bad exit showcase, by the way.
The bad exit showcase was indeed met.
Let's go.
Let's
Yo,
go.
thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
And we also still have a good battle going on for that vault code.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out for the end of the run. Really excited.
Yep.
With that, I think we are ready. Time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, we are starting off right off the bat with some action. We've already performed our first RNG manip of the day right there at the character select screen. This game is split into 100 rooms, some of which we actually skipped by breaking open secret passageways to a hidden exit like that one right there. But to get into room 100, the final room, each player needs to enter a secret vault code set by the arch-villain Morak the Outsmarter. Ordinarily, playing the game casually as intended, the players are meant to go and find the 8 hidden clue rooms, each containing 1 digit of that password. But because of our manip, we already know at least what chessjerk's password is. But that bidding war is out there. We're actually relying on all of you. We're hoping for some guesses as to what yelsraek's password should be. That winning entry, yelsraek will type at the end of the game, and we're just gonna hope that that's what Morak set his vault code to. So, if you're feeling generous, that's what the incentive is all about. Now, the manipulation that we are really excited to show off is the treasure room exit manipulation. By pausing on this exit tile here, and buffering an A-press, we're gonna manipulate the exit in this room to be in the top left of this maze-like treasure room. And there it is, top left, just like we said. Yeah, this is what we're so excited about. This was discovered last year that we can manipulate the RNG. That exit could have appeared in any of 8 different places, but by knowing where it is in advance, we can minimize the amount of time spent in each treasure room, which is pretty helpful for a speed run. But more than that, it helps survivability in general. The brutality of this game has to do with this being a game of managing our resources, especially health being one of the most important resources of all. In this game, health is constantly ticking down for both players every second they spend, even if there are no enemies around, because it's a port of an arcade game that likes to accept more and more quarters. But exiting a treasure room successfully within the allotted time gives you a full health refill. This is absolutely critical to survival, especially in later worlds. So, what are worlds? Our 100 rooms are split into 5 worlds. We have just entered World 2, which you might notice has a bit of a forest biome in contrast to the World 1, which is more of a castle theme. You can just see, I mean, gray has just turned to green. That's, what the graphics give us. In here, we're gonna see a neat trick. Yels just made himself into a wall, stopping CJ. CJ just fired a super-powered arrow down through 2 doors. Those white things are doors that ordinarily you would need keys to get through. So in our resource management game, keys and bombs are critical resources to collect. But a couple of rooms ago, CJ picked up a super critical super shot upgrade, making his next 11 arrows have the ability to get through certain types of obstacles. By busting through doors that way, we save on resources. We can get through with picking up fewer keys, making our game faster and easier. I'd like to back up just a moment and explain to you the premise of this game. So what are our heroes doing? So the idea is that an evil wizard named Morak the Outsmarter has pillaged the land of Rendar of all of its treasure, and the citizens have asked you heroes to go and get that treasure back. Problem is, Morak is an extremely powerful guy. In fact, he only has one known weakness. That weakness is a magical artifact known as the Sacred Orb.
Orb.
Thank you, that's right. And here's Morak's beautiful face taunting us there. He's very overconfident because we just skipped a clue. I've mentioned that to play this game casually, you're meant to go and find the 8 clues for the 8 digits of his vault code where he's locked that artifact. That was what that little question mark tile was. We skipped that, so he says, ha ha ha, you will never get the orb now. But little does he know the tricks we have in store for him. With that, I think this would be a great time for a couple of donations if we have some.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of love coming on in. We've got $42 from Pixie Yelsraek saying, "Happy Hitchhiker's birthday, you happy fruit. You're already the answer to my life, the universe, and everything.
Aww.
Good luck on Gauntlet." You too, CJ. Have an amazing birthday. Have an amazing birthday. Just don't drink any pan-galactic gargle blasters. Love you. Birthday hype.
Love you too, Pixie.
Awesome. We have time for at least one more.
Yeah, so I mean, some love for you. $25 from Zarnax42 saying, "So happy chessjerk finally gets some long-deserved GDQ stage time. And what better way to celebrate than with your brother? Good luck demolishing Gauntlet."
Thank you.
And to Yelsraek, Voon.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We can fit in one more quick one right here, I believe.
Great, we've got $50 from Sentient Petunias saying, "42? You mean how many Vogons it takes to change a light bulb?" Thank you so much for your donation.
These are fantastic. We are coming up on a very interesting room. So I'm going to call your attention to the gameplay in this room, room 37. We're now going to see things get slightly more complex, taking advantage of the two players in this route. Yelsraek is now switching it up and taking point, and we're going to diverge our paths. Yelsraek is opening up a secret passage right here for CJ to take. CJ takes that passage, immediately grabs a treasure chest. Inside that chest was a speed potion. So if you didn't think this game was fast-paced enough, we have just boosted CJ's speed, so hold on to your horses. This room here is filled with a lot of enemies that we need to use bombs to get through. I'd like to take a moment and call out that we're gonna both pause in place there every time that we need to use a bomb. The reason for that is something we discovered, that bombs in this game are actually less effective if either player is moving. So this is kind of a tricky balancing act we have to do, where we want to move as quickly as possible, but also we have to pause at least for a fraction of a second if we want our bombs to be maximally useful. In this game, we're pausing for more than a fraction of a second because we are running into these unavoidable stun tiles. These stun tiles cause you to be locked in place for a set amount of time. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do about it, and you'd be right. We can't avoid most of these tiles, but we can minimize the time spent on them using a strat that we call social distancing. By keeping our players a respectful distance apart, we avoid accidentally running into each other, which in this game would have incurred lag. We timed it out for you, and if we were running into each other at every opportunity, that would have cost an extra 8 seconds in that room alone. So that is the benefit for us of this strat. So take it from us, be mindful, be respectful, social distancing just works. I'd like to give it back for another donation or two right here.
Yes, and some more $42 train love coming in. We have a Hulavu saying, "Don't panic."
Thank you.
And a $42 donation from MJ saying, "Happy birthday. Good luck smashing Gauntlet with a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick."
Fantastic. We could get another one here.
Yeah, we got $50 from Rad that says, "Hitchhiker's Guide quotes, was it? The one that comes to mind immediately and always makes me laugh is, 'In the beginning, the universe was created.' This had made many people very angry and has widely been regarded as a bad move."
That's one of my favorites as well. We are coming up on a World 3 treasure room. I do want to call out that the layout of these treasure rooms does change each time we advance in worlds. Again, our worlds are split from 1 through 5. They get a little fancier, sometimes a little larger, and as you can see here, we got some pretty bad RNG on this exit because we didn't manipulate it. We're going to be doing most of our manips later in the run, but this just gives you some idea as to the range. That exit could have been only around 1 or 2 seconds away. So get ready for some fun tricks soon. I'm gonna ask for one moment of concentration right here. Perfect. So what CJ just did there was an item hidden behind a breakable wall. That wall requires an arrow to reveal what was behind it. And if he would have and this sometimes happens, if he would have fired a second arrow, that might have exploded the potion that was hidden behind it. And that's a pretty important potion. That is the magic potion, which increases the strength of chessjerk's bombs permanently for the rest of the run. Now, in the late game, our enemies are coming in greater number, and they start to get beefier, have a lot more health. So we really rely on our bombs to be maximally useful. So that's another trick we can do. Now, everybody, if you thought this game looked easy before, this room coming up right here, this is one of the most technically impressive rooms of the game to get through cleanly. It's my personal favorite room. It's very difficult to describe every twist and turn here, as our players are just going to try to get through as quickly as possible. They are trained professionals.
Nice 100.
Got to level up there. But just try and follow this as we're just looping around endlessly. That was really clean, guys. I'm very impressed. Fantastic work. Yeah, give it up. This is why you are in those chairs. We have time for at least one quick donation.
All right, $42 from Did You Know Gaming. Don't panic. You got this.
Thank you.
Love that. That. If they're that quick, we can do a couple more. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
then we got, it's not a typo, but $242.42
Wow.
from John that says, happy birthday, Yells.
Thank you.
Happy birthday indeed. So we are approaching the end of World 3 already. Look at this. We're kind of rolling here, everybody. We're already in World 4 out of 5. This is very impressive stuff. Quite a pace, thanks to their skill and thanks to these manips. So World 4, we see a spike in difficulty once again, as you do. And also, what's going on here, World 4 actually introduces invisible walls. Our runners need to memorize how to route around these as quickly as possible, so that's what was going on there. And as I've mentioned at least once or twice, we're gonna see back-to-back-to-back manips coming up very soon. I'll try to call them out as best as I can, but before we get to all of that fun, we're coming up on the nicest room of the game. That's right. Room 69 is almost upon us, and in this game, Room 69 actually has a lot of RNG, so if we get perfect teleporter RNG, that is what is affectionately known as a nice 69. Can we get there? Did we do it? We did it. That was a nice 69, everybody. Yes, fantastic. So that's exciting, and here's one of the manips in the late game. We've manipulated a coin flip in this room to have the exit appear in the top of the room. Got it. Going right into another manipulation for this upcoming treasure room. Chessjerk was responsible for this manip, so great job, CJ. We are now in a World 4 treasure room. I want you to take a look at the layout here. This is what I was talking about with the treasure rooms getting more complex. So that kind of beehive layout with cells connected by teleporter tiles, which I've explained, the teleporter tiles have unmanipulatable RNG. Is that a word? RNG.
It is now.
It is now. And also just keep in mind that that room is at least 4 times as big as it looked, so we could have run the risk of not finding our exit. But now, I just want to point out, CJ just picked up another super shot upgrade, so we're going to use that right here. Yells is taking point, forming himself into a wall for CJ to use him to line up another super shot, get through that door without a key, going into another treasure room in it for the second and final World 4 treasure room. Now, I cannot stress enough how much these rooms could kill runs. This late in the run, in the pre-manip era, you could have wasted a minute and be in jeopardy of losing all your health. Now it's first try every time. Yells, can you explain a little bit about your strategy in this room?
My strategy here is to not run into CJ's shots as I'm tailing him. World 5 introduces friendly fire, so if I run into his shots, he will stun me for multiple seconds, so I gotta be really careful. Also, we're gonna need to cut off the bid war incentive. I can't have you tell me what the answer is right now, because I gotta manip this exit.
Exactly, and also I am going to call for silence for the run killer room coming up right here. Our runners will need concentration for the next 30 seconds or so. Nailed it. Fantastic. All right, we're rolling now. We're well into World 5. Now, for some context in that room, I didn't have time to explain beforehand, but Yels was able to dip out early, taking the first exit, because the game actually only cares where the second player exits from. Now, every single one of those exit tiles, except for the last one, the one that was the hardest to get through, navigating around all those obstacles, they are going to be, they would have shunted the players back a number of rooms. They would have had to fight through multiple extra rooms, losing time and precious health and resources just to get another shot at room 84 where they were. So it was very, very critical that they got that on the first try, which they did. CJ is now going to pick up the Invulnerability Potion. Invulnerability Potion is just what it says on the tin. CJ is now invincible against all enemy attacks for a set amount of game time. Now, I emphasize it that way because this is actually the single most impactful part of our new manipulations. By manipulating treasure rooms to each take as little time as possible, we're going to now keep that invulnerability potion active for a longer number of rooms. Chessjerk will have the benefit of this, ideally, through most of the rest of the game, through perhaps around room 99 out of 100 or so, which is great. This is the #1 reason that this game is now actually reasonably beatable, especially in single-player mode when you get that full benefit of invulnerability. Now, in co-op mode, Yelsraek does not have that benefit because there's only one potion but 2 players. So we still have a little bit of stress here. We have the challenge of moving as quickly as possible to keep both players' health values at a reasonable rate. So we do this by manipulating this to be the real exit instead of the fake exit. This is going great. Now we're going to start using all of these bombs that we've been saving up because we're now in the final stretch. We have no more treasure rooms, so no more full refills. So we are in crunch time. Now remember, we have to get through as quickly as possible, but still remembering to both coordinate standing still before using bombs, or else some of these enemies might not die or get out of the way. But we're now doing great. We're rounding the corner. Are you guys ready with your passwords?
That depends. Can you tell me what my password is, please? This is the vault code.
Yes, your password is yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
All
chef.
caps, space between the words.
Love it.
Thank you so much for all your donations for that bid war. It was a close bid war, but yes, chef pulling away.
Here's Marek, the outsmarter. He thinks he's won.
Yeah, so Chessjerk has put in the community favorite password, Godboner, and then I have put in the Twitch's favorite password, yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
Let's
chef.
see if it works. Is it right? It's right.
I can't believe it. Against all odds, that is exactly what Morek set the vault codes to. You all did great. So now we earn the right to fight against Morek's most fearsome guardian, the 3-headed dragon.
One down.
Beautiful. Okay,
Fine.
what we just saw there.
Yeah.
So each head remains dormant until fired upon, and the expected strategy here that we like to do is to fight the leftmost and rightmost heads together. But if we make any kind of a mistake, we can actually reset all active heads by using a bomb. So that was a fantastic backup, quick thinking over there. And now we're coming on, killing the 3rd head at an accelerated rate, by the way, because Yels keeps the screen scrolled down to avoid incurring lag from these enemies. And now time will stop when both players exit from this room. But before we do that, we have to collect the orb and time. Rendar is saved. Great job, guys.
18-11.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all so much for the applause. Again, and thank you for the donations as well so that we can show you the bad exit showcase. Again, this is just like such a whole bunch of hard work that the whole community did. We'll get to that at the end here. Let's go ahead and get the bad exit showcase ready for you. I know
right.
we're gonna need we're gonna need the timer reset. Go ahead and get over to the special bad exit showcase dealio here. And this is all CJ. I'm gonna be talking you through it here. So again, we have for you our favorite bad exits, as well as a couple of honorable mentions. So we're gonna start the timer here if we're ready. We're gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the first one here is an honorable mention. Let's show you what happens if you don't type in the right password. So CJ's gonna type in the password F. F's in the chat. Game over.
Well, that didn't work.
Sorry, that didn't work.
I think we should try something else.
I think we should try something else. Okay, so then now for the second honorable mention before we get to our favorite bad exits. CJ is going to type in the correct password, as we mentioned before, and he is going to kill the three-headed dragon again. He's just going to forget something on the way out.
I'm going to take a shortcut.
Yeah, he's going to take a little shortcut.
We're speed running this.
He's
It should be fine.
Yeah, he's going to try to save a few frames. No big deal. So, and we'll just see how it goes here. He's going to show off just how...
I'm going to show you how I should have done the dragon fight.
How he should have done the dragon fight. So that's good. Also, he has like 900 health, which is not out of the realm of possibility in any percent runs.
He also has infinite keys.
He also has infinite keys. Because of the manipulations that we perform, it's highly likely that you can come into this last level with so much health that he can literally just sit here and tank damage from the third head of the dragon and still kill it. It's a massive time save on top of the massive time saves that we already had. So here, now he's just gonna take a little shortcut. I can't get to the orb, but that's probably not a big deal, right?
Nah, that's right. We're done. We're done.
It's fine.
Oh, what?
So yeah, so you can kill the final boss and just forget to grab the orb and game over.
Thanks.
All right, so now our top 3 bad exits. So we're gonna start here at the lovely lady room in room 94. You may have noticed that when we did the run, chessjerk shot that wall over there to reveal a hidden exit, but there are 2 visible exits here. chessjerk's gonna take the one on the left and we're gonna see where it takes us. So this takes us to room 95, which is a duplicate of room 69, almost exactly.
Nice.
Which is pretty nice. So he's going to have to do all the teleporter movements here. It actually did behave pretty well for him right there. For any percent, that can kind of go awry. And when he gets out of here, he's going to move over to room 96. Okay, we're getting closer. It's pretty good. We're getting up towards 100. But as chessjerk navigates through the room here, it's going to look a little bit sus because I don't really see an exit anywhere. So there are arrows at the bottom pointing to the center of the room. The exit must be hidden in here somewhere, right? I can only assume that the exits are
Probably right here, right?
right there. So the third worst exit is room 95 because it takes you to a room that has no exit. You can't finish the game. You're just left there to rot. But there was another exit in room 94.
Let's
so
try that
back
one.
to the lovely lady room, over to the bottom right corner this time. Let's see where this one goes. All right, 97. 97's better. It's closer to 100. But he's in this room here. I believe it has 24 exits. Only one of them is good. And it is random each time which one it is. So he's just going to keep navigating around. And eventually, we're going to find it.
I'm going to blow this estimate by trying to find the fake exit.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. We're doing okay on that 5-minuter there. So,
hey,
there it is.
Beautiful.
Okay, cool. Good. Nice. Okay, now we're up to 98. So we're even closer to 100. That sounds good. But I don't see any exits anywhere. Don't worry, it's not like 96.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Anywhere?
I see treasure chests that are all locked. That has a generator and a generator. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Take
Good
that
thing
one.
he had all those keys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we left 98. This should be 99, right? No, it's room 32. So we just warped backwards 66 rooms back to World 2.
I know this map.
I know that map too. Hey, I remember that map.
Crazy.
And so that is the second worst exit.
There's a worse? Oh.
There's a worse exit than that. So now CJ is going to load. He's going to take us back to the beginning of World 5, room 79. Room 79, as you may remember, this was the friendly fire room here. We shot a wall down at the bottom there between those keys to unveil the exit that let us progress. But there are 2 visible exits along the top. CJ is going to come up and go to the right here, and he's going to take the rightmost exit, and it's going to take us to room 80. Room 80 has 7 exits scattered all about. One of those is, it takes you to a clue room, which if you're doing the game the way it was intended, to collect all the clues and whatnot, that's where you need to go. And then 5 of these other exits take you back to 79 to try again. But this one doesn't do either of those things. This one just takes you back to the title screen. It's just, That's time, by the way, on the showcase. That is the worst exit in the whole game.
Marek is laughing
No
somewhere.
game over, and he doesn't even show up to laugh. No game over, no laughing.
He didn't have to show up.
He didn't even
inside joke.
He just phoned it in. The devs were so mean. But again, it's such a very fun game.
It is.
So again, some really, really quick shout outs and thank yous here. First of all, shout outs to RGL TV. It's the best place for retro gaming, marathons, and one-night only tournaments and more. Shout outs to my darling wife, Pixie Yelsraek, and our daughter, Lil Yels. Thank you so much for your never-ending love and support. Shout outs to Bloopoo, who's doing the French restream. Shout outs to Skunky48 for making me this awesome NES controller. Thank you to the Gauntlet community as a whole for their endless enthusiasm. I mentioned these exit manipulations were just discovered last year by the community. We worked together as a whole community to solve it.
Except for me, I was on vacation.
He was on vacation, that's okay.
Wow.
But in particular, thank you so much to Jesus the Frog and Palm Factory and Unos for finding the 3 key pieces that when you mash them all together, made the manip a reality that it is. It's an honor to be able to showcase these manipulations on the stage on behalf of the whole community. Shout outs to Guggen Sully, who's the current world record holder in any percent with a 1336. Shout outs to the previous GDQ runners of Gauntlet, Fiesel,
Oh, yeah.
Mythical 9, Unos, and Dig Shake. I hope we avenged your bad marathon RNG. I really hope we did. And lastly, to the NES community at large, we're out here.
Woo!
We're out here keeping the retro dream alive.
Yes. And shout outs quickly to my wife and kids. Love you guys. Thank you for all your support. And also the Zelda 1 randomizer community. Thank you for all your support as well. Thank you.
I want to thank my mom and dad who are watching right now. I want to thank you, everyone who supported me, Sheesh Hardcore, everyone out there on Club Boko, at the Salsa Shack, all my homies locked up in clown prison, and to my wife, Daddy Laser Blaster 3000. I love you, Daddy.
And we're out.
Amazing work, yelsraek, chessjerk. Congratulations on an awesome Gauntlet run and bad exit showcase. Continuing on that support, we had $25 from Drewith saying, good luck, yelsraek and CJ. The Salsa Shack is rooting for you. Folks, it has been an absolute pleasure being your host this morning, but the time is done for me. For now, I shall be back later on. Once again, my name is JD Puppy. It was a thrill being here for you this morning. Summer Games Done Quick 2023 will be right back.